As the saying goes, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. That has been the my mantra for the past 2 weeks. Ever since I started the Crochet Your Stash Pattern Challenge, I decided to do 2 patterns and maybe a third one. And things have not gone the way I had planned the past 2 weeks. Not only has crochet been derailed, some things in my life have been a little derailed. I won't bore you with the details, but basically what happened was I got injured, my foot, my ankle, and I did not feel like doing much of anything, even though you'd think that that'd be the perfect time to want to do stuff. I was off my feet for a while, but I didn't do anything. So I thought maybe this would bring me some joy in my crappy past 2 weeks, because crochet does often bring me joy. And so I decided to sit down here while I'm kind of recuperating from the accident and talk a little bit. I can't turn my neck. Um, Talk a little bit about what's been going on and what my plans are for the next several weeks and months. That I hope that things don't get derailed. So I decided to do the challenge from the Cozy Buckeye, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the other lady's name. Something Apple. They're challenged to go through your pattern stash and make something from it, and I thought that would be a way to get me out of my Crojo funk. And it really did, because I picked 2 really cute patterns that I wanted to do. Diego the Dragon from Hooks and Healers, and a Batman, and I don't remember who the creator was for that one. I found it on Etsy, and I was going to adapt the Batman into Batgirl. All right, and it was going to be the 1960s Batgirl, because in that version, Barbara Gordon was a librarian, and I'm a librarian. So this is about how far I've gotten on it. This was the one I was really jazzed about, and I started doing, and then I kind of hit the wall with it, because I was doing, obviously, modification from the original pattern, which was just I think gray, and he had they called it underoos, so these little pants, like, why does Superman wear his underwear on the outside of his tights? I don't know. So this was just going to be her utility belt, and then I have the yellow um, boots, and it was coming along pretty well, and then like I said, I hurt my ankle, and I wasn't really feeling it all that great. So I kind of didn't do anything. And then I decided I was going to do Diego the Dragon pattern. And someone had mentioned on one of my subscribers commented that I should do Diego because I had planned to use the Juicy Couture yarn with it. This is what's left of it. So I was going to use this Juicy Couture yarn and to make the dragon. And I started working with this yarn, and I have to tell you, it was really good. I'm going to do a full review of it later, but I ended up making Diego, and I want to talk about him in another video. But this is Diego the Dragon. This is both Juicy Couture yarn. It's the sparkly kind, and I think he turned out really well. And then last weekend, just found well, I didn't find it. I knew about it. I'd gone to this thing last year. There was a Ren fair in about an hour away from me. And I decided that I was going to take Diego with me to the Ren fair. And I also decided that I was going to make a shirt to wear while I was there. So it says Hook and Yarn Wizardry. And then on the back, it says Yarn Wizard. So I wore that, and I carried Diego around it. I'm gonna do a separate video if you want to see that, of Diego at the Ren fair. I think it was fun. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I went there to scope out some of the vendors. There were maybe 4 people that did crochet, and some of the things that they were selling didn't really fit in well with the fair. So I want to make it a goal for me to be a vendor at that fair next year, because I have a bunch of ideas of little things to make crochet things to make there and sell there. So that. So that's where I've been. The temperatures here have decided to be much like fall, even though we're in the last week of August. So I'm not quite buying that it's going to be this nice in September, because in this area we have a history of like late September and early October turning blazing hot all of a sudden. So I'm not quite ready to put away all of the shorts and t-shirts and get out the cozy fall stuff. But boy, this week has really made me want to get out the sweatshirts. Actually, a whole lot of ideas for fall projects that I'm going to do. And this time of year always gets me really excited about crocheting. And actually, it was this time last year when I had a channel before that I was trying to make it a craft lifestyle channel, and it wasn't doing really well. But I did get into making crochet pumpkins, which were really popular. I know last year they were really popular. I'm assuming they're going to be popular this year. And that was kind of what started me on this path to getting really enthusiastic about crochet again. So I want to revisit those pumpkins later on in September, and then I have a couple ideas for adaptations for those pumpkins. I made them with several different types of yarn last year, just regular worsted. I bought that chenille from the Dollar Tree, and but I have a bunch of other ideas that I want to do that. So um, I did a granny square style pumpkin. I really didn't like how it turned out, but I did do it. So yeah, so that's where I've been, and I promise I don't. I hate doing this because when I was in when I was taking broadcasting classes, one of my professors said never promise what's coming up next in your news package or your whatever you're doing, because you may not be able to deliver on that. And I feel like saying that, like I've got all of these ideas that I want to do for September for the channel, but knowing that the past 2 weeks, the way life has been going, I don't want to say that I'm going to have these things, but I do feel very charged right now. Perhaps it's too much Advil. I don't know, but I feel really charged about getting things done. And if I can have some downtime this weekend, because I don't have a car and I don't have a lot of things to do, I might be able to churn out a few projects. So that's where I am. I'm going to do a Diego. Like I said, I'm going to promise you um, a Diego review, pattern review, and yarn review for this yarn. So he's coming up. So I've gotten quite a few new subscribers in the past couple weeks since the last time I posted. So I want to welcome everybody that's joined me, and thank everybody who has in the past subscribed. I've got like I think 181, something like that right now, and slowly but surely we're generating a group here of subscribers, and I really hope that I can get a lot more interaction and a community built here, because I have a fantastic idea for October that is going to take a village. So I need you to give me some input, and I think this will be fun, but it would be even more fun if people would participate. So look for that. I'll talk a little bit more about that in upcoming um, videos. But right now, I just want to get back on track, get back crocheting, and get my neck feeling a little bit better. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope you stay tuned to meet Diego and come to the Ren Fair with us, and see what else, what I thought about the yarn, and whatever else madness I can get into. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next